Did the world's most famous K-pop duo finally take their playful bond too far? Could a single live broadcast have shattered the carefully curated image of brotherhood and respect that BTS spent years building? In a moment that has already ignited a wildfire of controversy, Jungkook was caught on camera inspecting Taehyung's abs in a gesture some fans have branded humiliating, sparking fierce debate over whether this was innocent fun or a calculated stunt that crossed a line no one expected them to cross. The scene unfolded in less than a minute. Millions of fans were tuned into a live stream they thought would be a lighthearted glimpse into BTS's camaraderie, just another unscripted window into the warmth and trust that have always set the group apart. But as Jungkook's hand moved to Taehyung's stomach, and as Taehyung seemed to freeze for a fraction of a second, the atmosphere changed instantly. The brief handshake that followed did nothing to dispel the sudden wave of discomfort that swept through viewers around the world. Was it really as harmless as it seemed? Or did this unexpected touch betray something deeper about the pressures these young men face to constantly perform intimacy for a ravenous public? No one could have predicted that an interaction so simple, a quick check of abdominal muscles, would unleash an avalanche of outrage, suspicion, and heartbreak across the fandom. Yet as screenshots spread across social media, captions multiplied. Did he just grope him on camera? Why did Taehyung look so embarrassed? Is this really what friendship looks like? Or is it exploitation? From Twitter to TikTok, the clip became an object of obsession, dissected frame by fans desperate to understand what they had witnessed. How did we reach a point where an innocent moment could feel so charged, so fraught with hidden meaning? Was it the look on Taehyung's face that made it impossible to dismiss? Or is it because BTS's relentless drive to maintain global dominance in America and beyond has transformed every private interaction into public spectacle? Even the most diehard defenders of the group were forced to ask themselves, had Jungkook gone too far this time? It's no secret that BTS has thrived, in part, by giving fans access to moments that feel unfiltered and intimate. Their live broadcasts have been celebrated as proof that fame has not robbed them of authenticity. But in this case, the authenticity felt uncomfortable. Some viewers described a gnawing sense of secondhand humiliation as Taehyung tried to laugh off the encounter. Others said the moment revealed how much pressure the members are under to showcase closeness, even when it verges on the invasive. Adding fuel to the controversy is the timing. This incident didn't happen in a vacuum. It occurred as BTS continues their calculated expansion into the American market, a campaign that some insiders claim is driven by the need to maintain relevance in an industry notorious for its short attention spans. Could this abs inspection have been a deliberate attempt to generate headlines and distract from the backlash over BTS's rumored plans to record the majority of their new material in Los Angeles? Was it a stunt designed to remind the world that no Western boy band could ever replicate their chemistry? If that sounds far-fetched, consider this. Less than 24 hours after the clip went viral, multiple entertainment outlets ran nearly identical headlines framing the moment as adorable, playful, and a reminder of why fans love BTS. For some, the synchronized messaging was too convenient to ignore. Was this coordinated damage control to deflect criticism? Or were the headlines simply a reflection of how much influence BTS commands over the global media machine? While American fans largely defended the interaction as harmless fun, many Korean viewers felt an undeniable sting of discomfort. In chat rooms and comment sections, they questioned why Taehyung, who is known for his reserved demeanor, had been put in a position to perform physical vulnerability on demand. One post that quickly went viral asked, "Would anyone think it's cute if their colleague did this to them at work?" Another fan replied, "I'm not angry because it was sexual. I'm angry because it was degrading. He looked like he had no choice." Is that the price of belonging to a group as colossal as BTS? Is every boundary negotiable when you are expected to maintain the illusion of perfect brotherhood for the sake of a billion-dollar brand? Or are fans projecting their own discomfort onto a moment the members themselves have already forgotten? No one can say for certain, but the emotional rift is real, and it is growing with every passing hour. Adding to the confusion, Big Hit Entertainment has remained almost entirely silent. Their only statement, posted to weverse, was a brief reminder that the members care deeply for each other and respect personal boundaries. But for many fans, that vague reassurance rang hollow. If respect was so central to their dynamic, why did Taehyung look as if he wanted to disappear? Why did Jungkook seem so oblivious to the tension? Was it the spontaneity of youth, or the entitlement of a superstar accustomed to treating his bandmate's body as public property? Even as these questions multiply, there is no denying that BTS has always invited fans into their private world. It is part of their genius, and part of their burden. Every time they go live, every time they share personal anecdotes, they reinforce the idea that the audience deserves access to every part of their lives. But when does that access become exploitation? When does the performance of intimacy begin to cannibalize their dignity? For years, BTS has been celebrated for redefining masculinity in K-pop, showing that vulnerability, affection, and emotional honesty are not signs of weakness, but of strength. But critics say this incident represents the dark underbelly of that same dynamic, a blurring of boundaries so extreme that even the members themselves can't tell where sincerity ends and performance begins. When Jungkook reached out to touch Taehyung's abs, was he expressing affection? Or was he unconsciously reenacting the demands of a fandom that never stops asking for more? There are no easy answers, and perhaps that is why this controversy has struck such a nerve. It forces everyone, from the fans who adore them to the corporations that profit from them, to reckon with an uncomfortable truth. The line between love and entitlement has never been thinner. And in the high-stakes arena of global superstardom, even the most innocuous gesture can become a battlefield. Yet for all the outrage, there are just as many voices insisting this moment has been blown out of proportion. Defenders argue that Jungkook and Taehyung have always been close, their bond forged in years of shared struggle and sacrifice. To them, this was simply another example of the playful teasing that has defined their relationship from the beginning. If you think this was humiliating, one popular fan account tweeted, "You've clearly never watched them interact. This is who they are. Brothers, teasing each other, always." But does the familiarity of the gesture make it any less worthy of scrutiny? Does the history of their friendship erase the possibility that boundaries were crossed? Or is the problem less about the moment itself and more about what it reveals about the culture of constant access that surrounds BTS, a culture that demands spectacle even when it comes at the expense of genuine comfort? The debate has fractured the fandom in ways no previous controversy ever has. Some fans have declared that they will no longer support Jungkook, accusing him of treating Taehyung like a prop. Others insist they are tired of overly sensitive reactions and believe critics are determined to find malice in every interaction. The arguments are raw, emotional, and deeply personal, reflecting the profound investment so many people have in BTS's story, and that story is undeniably at a crossroads. As BTS continues their aggressive push into the American market, with new recording sessions, rumored collaborations with Western producers, and expanded North American offices, some wonder if the pressure to stay relevant in a cutthroat industry is driving them to manufacture ever more provocative content. After all, nothing commands headlines like controversy. And in the age of algorithms, outrage is often more profitable than praise. Is it possible that the abs inspection was not spontaneous at all, but a carefully calibrated moment designed to dominate the news cycle? Could the clip have been intended to drown out criticism of the group's shifting priorities? If so, it worked. In less than 48 hours, coverage of the controversy eclipsed every other story about BTS, including rumors of their plans to relocate recording operations to Los Angeles, a move that has already caused anxiety among Korean fans who fear the group is abandoning its roots. And yet, in the middle of all this speculation, the human reality remains. Two young men, bound together by fame and expectation, trying to navigate a world that scrutinizes their every move. No amount of analysis can erase the complexity of their relationship or the impossible demands placed on them. Perhaps that is why this incident feels so significant. It is a mirror reflecting not just the pressures of celebrity, but the collective hunger of a global audience that wants to own a piece of their lives. What happens now? Will Jungkook apologize? Will Taehyung address the discomfort that so many fans sensed in his expression? Or will the group retreat into silence, Hoping the storm will pass as quickly as it erupted, the stakes could not be higher. With BTS perched on the brink of their most ambitious expansion yet, the question of authenticity has never been more urgent. Can they